What's going on, everybody? Kelly, and I'm bringing you a brand new video today. So this is going to be the first video that I have filmed here in 2022. I know that I put out a video here earlier on last week. That was a little bit of leftover footage that I have. I have a lot of stuff to tell you guys. There's a lot that has happened over the last few weeks. So I'm gonna give you a quick rundown of everything that's been going on and let you know what we're gonna be doing here today. So if you haven't heard, I have officially joined Team Discraft Underground for this upcoming season. I am super excited about this partnership with Discraft. I put a lot of work into the channel here, putting out content for y'all and trying to provide as much value as I can. I'm super thankful to Bob and Wes over at Discraft for giving me this opportunity. So in today's video, we are going to be taking a look at the very new Discraft Captain's Raptor. The Captain's Raptor is a modified overstable Raptor that is being produced on only a yearly basis. I can't wait to get out into the field and out onto the course to try this out on so many different angles and compare this thing to an ESP Raptor and a metallic Tour Series Raptor. I'm also very excited here today because we actually get to go out and play disc golf. It's been extremely cold here in Ohio, so I haven't been able to play. This is gonna be the first round that I've played in probably 3 to 4 weeks now. I'm gonna be analyzing the new Captain's Raptor, showing you guys how overstable this thing is for an amateur arm speed. It's going to be quite interesting, but I am super excited about it. Let's head on over to the course and get into the review. All right, what's going on, everybody? We have made it out to the course and we are out at none other than Idlewild. So Idlewild is one of the Disc Golf Pro Tour layouts that the pros play on a yearly basis. I figured coming out here and checking out Idlewild and throwing this Captain's Raptor on a few holes out here to show you guys the different types of lines that the Captain's Raptor can be put on, as well as comparing it to an ESP Raptor and then also a metallic Z Raptor that I'm gonna have out here today. So I'll show you guys a bunch of different shots, tell you a little bit more about the Captain's Raptor, but we're gonna jump into a hole here and see how this thing flies. So like I mentioned, I have 3 different Raptors out here today. First up is gonna be the Captain's Raptor. We're gonna have a metallic Z Tour Series Raptor, and then we're also going to have an ESP Raptor. So we're gonna start out on hole 16 here at Idlewild. I figured this one would be a pretty good one because the first part of the tee shot here is super demanding with the forehand here. So we're gonna throw all 3 of these and see how they compare. I'm gonna start with the ESP Raptor. I'm gonna throw the Captain's Raptor last so you can see that one and how different and how it differentiates from the rest of the Raptors that we have out here. We're just gonna try and throw these things down there and get in the fairway. Turn that one over a little bit. You can see how it holds over. Next up is going to be the Tour Series Raptor. Hit another tree. The thing with the Tour Series Raptor and the ESP Raptor that I've always noticed is they seem to hold the line a little bit more, especially for how I throw forehands. I'm really chopping the forehand a lot, unfortunately, but with the Raptor, I was looking for something that's a little bit more overstable, and I think this is exactly what the Captain Raptor is going to be for a lot of people in their bag. That one stayed in the fairway. It's gonna be off to that right side, but you can see the stability and how much more overstable the Captain's Raptor is than your ESP and Tour Series Raptor. So for myself, when I first started throwing the Raptor, going from a different disc of a similar feel in the hand and kind of a similar flight, I noticed that the Raptor wasn't as stable as I was liking it to be. And I think a lot of people that throw Discraft and throw the Raptor, and especially the pro team, they were really looking for something that was a little bit more overstable. And that's exactly why I think they created the Captain's Raptor. And the biggest difference that you're gonna see is going to be the flight numbers on the Captain's Raptor. So as you can see here on the Captain's Raptor, the numbers are going to be 9, 3, 1, 4, 2.4. So this thing is going to be extremely overstable compared to your ESP Raptor, as well as your Tour Series Raptor, or even Z-Line Raptors. To compare it to the ESP Raptor is going to be 9403. So you can see the difference in the turn and the glide on the ESP Raptor compared to the Captain's Raptor. A lot of people are going to be making the switch to the Captain's Raptor, or not only bagging a regular Raptor, but also adding the Captain's Raptor to the bag just for that more utility overstable fairway driver that has a lot less glide than the regular Raptor does. But I know that I'm liking it so far, but the Captain's Raptor is going to help my game out immensely this year when it comes to tournaments and everything like that. All right, I believe we're on hole 14 or 15 out here at Idlewild. They have the different sign in right now since it's not during the Pro Tour season. So we're actually going to play the short basket here. It's just kind of a pitch up forehand. I think this will be great to show the flights of all three of the different Raptors here. Possibly give this thing an ace run. That gets about 235. I'm gonna start out with the ESP Raptor. Get in. Ooh, that had a nice line to it, went pretty straight, you can see, but that nice reliable fade that the Raptor has. Next up, we're gonna throw the Metallic Z Tour Series Raptor. The Metallic Z has a little bit more stability than my ESP run does. Now we're gonna throw the Captain's Raptor. I'm gonna throw this thing pretty hard just because of how overstable this thing is. So as you can see, that thing is pretty overstable. It held the line for just a little bit, but then started to crash towards the basket. I thought it was gonna get a little bit more skip, maybe give it an ace run, but you could see that stability working right there. So I wanted to change up the video a little bit and not just do your typical review of out in the field throwing the disc. I figured Idlewild was a perfect place to come out to have to try and shape shots with a utility fairway driver like the Raptor and the Captain's Raptor. As you can see, the flights are quite different. If you're looking for something that has a little bit more stability, a little bit more utility for you out on a course, especially like Idlewild, or for those of you who play wooded courses or even courses that have a lot of wind to them, that Captain's Raptor is going to be able to hold up to anything that you put it through. So this is hole 15 out at Idlewild. This one is probably the most difficult hole that I play out here. This one gives me the most trouble all the time. I'm gonna try something different than I normally do. I'm gonna throw the Captain's Raptor up there just on a flex forehand, see what I can get up there to show you guys the stability of it going uphill. Get up there. I put it on a lot of angle there. You saw it pan out, hit that tree up there, but it is in the middle of the fairway. I also want to mention with the Captain's Raptor is Discraft is only going to be running the Captain's Raptor one time per year. So if you're looking to pick one up, definitely head over to discraft.com or your favorite retailer to pick up a Captain's Raptor on February 4th. Out here at hole 16 at Idlewild, the most open hole probably out here. Just get to mash something down there. I'm gonna take all three of the Raptors and I'm gonna actually throw them on a backhand, put a little bit of angle on them so you can all see how the flight of the Raptor is on the backhand compared to the Captain's Raptor. This is one I'm super interested in because I don't throw the Raptor too much backhand, but there may be a slot in the bag that's needed for an overstable utility driver on the backhand like the Captain's Raptor. So we're gonna take a look and see how these things fly. Like I mentioned, I'm gonna throw all three of the Raptors here. Gonna put them on a little bit of Anheuser angle, just watch them pan out into the open field out there. I'm gonna start out with the Tour Series Metallic Z. Next up is gonna be the ESP. That one flew pretty straight. When I put a lot of angle on it, it actually had a little less stability than the Tour Series Z. And last up is going to be the overstable Captain's Raptor. I'm gonna try and turn this thing as much as I can over. So as you could see, the Captain's Raptor was clearly more overstable than both the Metallic Z and the ESP Raptor. I tried to put that thing on a ton of Anheuser angle and it fought out of it immediately. Didn't really go anywhere and wanted to get down to the ground super fast. Compared to the ESP flew pretty straight with a little bit of finish at the end. And then the Metallic Z right in between the ESP and the Captain's Raptor. So yeah, you can see the stability working there for that Captain's Raptor. Pretty crazy. All right, this is going to be the final hole that we're gonna play out here, throwing the Captain's Raptor around today. It's gonna be hole 17 out here at Idlewild, one of my favorite holes to play. So I'm gonna try and shape some shots here with the different types of Raptors. Ideally the Raptor is not the go-to disc for this, but we're just gonna have some fun out here, try and see what kind of crazy angles we can put this thing on. Put that thing on a ton of angle, had a huge skip, luckily stayed in bounds. That one skipped up towards where the Captain's Raptor was. A little bit straighter flight on that ESP Raptor. I think it might have rolled into the OB though. So I'm definitely going to be bagging at least 2 Raptors for this upcoming season. More than likely going to be the straighter ESP Raptor. And then I'm also just going to keep the Captain's Raptor in the bag just because that thing has so much utility. It has the stability that I've been looking for. I'm going to show you guys where we ended up and try and make some putts. You can see Captain's Raptor ended up right there. Basket not too far away, so we stayed out of the OB. ESP Raptor unfortunately ended up in the out of bounds here. Pretty nice flight out of the ESP one though. Denied. So that is going to wrap up the review of the Captain Raptor. I hope you guys all enjoyed checking out the Captain's Raptor compared to the ESP and the Metallic Z Raptor. This is a pretty quick review. Just wanted to show you guys some of the flights and different flight characteristics. I definitely recommend checking out a Captain's Raptor, especially if you're an intermediate to advanced level player. There's definitely a slot in the bag for this thing. It is so much more stable than your typical Raptor. For more beginner players, this is definitely going to be a disc that is more utility. It's going to be super overstable. It's going to want to get down to the ground really fast. I'm definitely going to be keeping this thing in the bag. Let me know in the comments section down below if you're going to be picking up a Captain's Raptor, and make sure that you like and subscribe for more videos.